one day I was out in Salinas, and you have things planned during the day, and you got your little blue planner. Now it's different, but we had these little pieces of paper where we write out everything that we were doing during the day. Sometimes you come up with a chunk of time where you have no idea what to do, right? It's just like, what the heck are we supposed to do right now? And I started to get into this mode in my mission where I started to believe that at any given moment, Heavenly Father had a plan for me, had a place for me to be, had a person that I was supposed to be there for. And if I were to just stop and pray and listen to the Spirit, just slow down, quiet down, and just listen, that I could know at any moment where I was supposed to be. And I just started to believe that. And as I started to exercise faith in that and change the way I prayed, it was amazing the experiences I would have and the people that I would run into in the exact moment when they were praying, or in the exact moment when they were hurting, or in the perfect exact timing that they needed to see me. So one day we came into one of those times where it was like, I have no idea what to do. And I wanted to go do something. My companion wanted to do something. We ended up getting in a fight, and we were really frustrated with each other that morning. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but we were just kind of banging heads and just, frustrated. And finally my companion was like, fine, whatever, and and I was like, this isn't working. So I said, Elder, I think we need to pull over on the side of the road and pray and ask Heavenly Father what we should be doing right now. And so he was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So we pulled over, and I remember we sat there for a while, and we just kind of waited quietly and let all that energy exit us. And we just started to feel and listen. And our prayer was first gratitude. It was, Heavenly Father, we're so thankful that we're engaged in this work, that we get to be missionaries and share the gospel to people, that we get to go and serve people all day. We're so grateful that we get to, have amazing experiences with people and all these things. We started to thank Heavenly Father. We're thankful for the scriptures and the words and the wisdom that we have, and on and on and on. And as we thanked Heavenly Father, the Spirit became very, very strong in the car. And then we changed, and we said, Heavenly Father, we want to go and do Thy will right now, but we don't know what it is. And so please speak to us. And we invited the Spirit in. We said, Heavenly Father, please bring the Spirit into the car right now. And as we asked for the Spirit, it came even stronger, and we could feel it in our chest and kind of all around us. And then we said, Heavenly Father, what are we supposed to be doing right now? Or where are we supposed to be right now? And we just quietly listened and closed our eyes. And after a little while, we opened our eyes and we said, Elder, what did you feel? Well, I had this person's face come to my mind, this person's name come to my mind, and this place come to my mind. And I said, okay, well, I had this person and this person, this person. And so we weren't exactly the same on all of them, so we prayed again. And we said, Heavenly Father, please show us where we're supposed to be right now. We listened. And as we came out of it, I think it was the second or third time, we said, I feel like we're supposed to be here. And I said, I feel the same way. I had the same prompting. So we closed our eyes again and said, Heavenly Father, we feel like this is where we're supposed to be. Is this where we're supposed to be? And then you feel that strong, warm feeling of, yes, that's right. And it's undeniable when the Spirit is strong and you ask specific questions, you get very, very strong, clear answers. It's undeniable. There's a force there. And so we kind of, our attitude was changed. Our feeling was changed. The feeling in the car was changed. And we had this almost an intensity of focus. It was like, all right, we know what we're supposed to do now. Let's go do it. And we had been prompted to go to the hospital and visit somebody who we had been told was in the hospital. It was a son of a woman who was in our ward, who she had asked us multiple times to go and see, and we just hadn't found the time to do it. We walk in, and we go to the front the front desk, and we asked the person, hey, we're trying to find this person. And we couldn't remember their last name. We could, for the life of us, and we didn't, for some reason, we didn't have the list on us. We couldn't find anywhere what the person's last name was. And so we kept asking, and we're like, oh man, we felt so strongly we were supposed to be here. And I remember saying a little prayer in my heart, Heavenly Father, please help us. You told us we were supposed to be here. Help us. Help us to figure out how to find this person. And right after that, somebody walked in from the ward with a bunch of flowers and balloons and said, elders, are you here to visit the, so-and-so? Yeah, we are. That's what their name is. That's right. Well, follow me. I know right where they are. And so, boom, 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 we follow right up. As we walk up into the room, around the corner, we see doctors running in and out of the room and hurried and looking nervous. And we peek in there, and all of a sudden we see this hive of doctors all over this bed and this person sitting in there. And they're yelling at each other and screaming at each other and grabbing instruments and running all over the place. And it was an intense scene. It was one of those things where, somebody's about to go and they have to rush them into surgery. One of those things you see in like the show ER, you know what I mean, where they're just intense, and you could see in their eyes the intensity and the fear that if they didn't act quickly that something was going to happen. Right as we poked our head around the corner, the mother was sitting in that room crying, and she looked up and she said, elders, she said, he needs a blessing now. And we're like, okay. And the doctors looked at her and they're like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you all need to leave the room now. And they started yelling at her and they said, we have to send him into surgery now or he will die. And she said, he will get a blessing. And so she brought us in, and the doctors just frustrated, just angry at this mom. You're going to let your son die. What are you doing? She's not listening to reason. But she wouldn't hear it, and she rushed us in. And I remember this man had been paralyzed for most of his life, and he was having some serious health problems. And she had been praying that she could get a blessing on him before he went into surgery. And this emergency happened. We were able to lay our hands on his head and give him a quick blessing by the authority of the priesthood. And immediately after we did that, the curtain was thrown open. They ran and grabbed him and rushed him off into surgery. But those types of experiences happen so often on my mission, where it was an undeniable answer to prayer. You knew that the timing was exactly right, and the things that fell into place were exactly right. I think it was pretty clear that the frustration and the friction that me and my companion were having was probably aided by the adversary trying to get us angry at each other because he didn't want us to come and be there at that moment. The person we gave a blessing to was not an active member of the church. In fact, he had had a very crazy life and done some really crazy things in his life. Showed me that Heavenly Father really loves every individual, no matter who they are and what they've done. And showed me that, proved to me that the Spirit is real, that prayer is a real, effective thing that we can do, and that Heavenly Father will speak to us and tell us what we're supposed to be doing at any given time. So it was just a really awesome experience.